My fault. Now we go. This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the NFL draft.
Yeah.
We talk about Chase Young's deal and the UDFAs. This and much, much more live with Aaron and John. Yo, 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 what's up, John?
Yo, what's up? Yo.
I have no idea what's wrong with the sound effects again, but they like to go haywire every now and again, and today is the day for that. Today is the day, so hopefully you guys can hear us okay.
Yeah.
Let us know if you can't.
I can hear you, Aaron.
The question is can Chin in Nova Scotia hear us? Chin in Nova Scotia is live in the podcast room. Let's see. Is there anyone else? Oh, whoops.
Did we draft a single linebacker?
I
don't believe we did.
Nope.
I don't believe we did.
But we did draft this other dude.
Well,
Go ahead.
Well, I was going through the undrafted free agents list to see if maybe a linebacker slipped in there. Nope.
Dude, I've been told from people around the league that we no longer need linebackers in this game, son. We just need defensive backs because linebackers are too slow. So we're using a safety like a linebacker, and that's what our second round pick, I believe, is earmarked for.
Yeah, Quan.
Chin in Nova Scotia. Quan Martin. Chin in Nova Scotia says we drafted David Mayo to play linebacker. Oh, man. But I think that Chan, what's his name? Quan Martin, dude. Our second pick in the draft is suited for that because some people had him as their like top 3 safety in the draft, and then he's also listed as a cornerback. I have a friend who's a huge Illinois fan, and they said this dude's awesome. Like they said that watching all those defensive backs together was awesome, and it was kind of hard to tell which one was better than the other one.
Interesting.
Position flex. Chin in Nova Scotia loved this pick. Ooh. He loved our first pick, too. Just as much as he loves David Mayo.
Position flex. But yeah, we've talked about that before because last year, actually the last draft from last year, you and I were amongst the people who were really just complaining that we're not getting any linebackers or anybody worth it for that, and we're just completely ignoring what the linebacker position is going on. But as it is actually what you're saying, a lot of people, they're going to like 5 defensive backs and 2 linebackers, or sometimes 6 and 1. 6 and 1, 4, 6 and 4, 1 and 6, like 1 linebacker.
6 and 1. Let's just not go with any linebackers because the dudes that we do have kind of suck.
Well, David Mayo, yes. I would like to see what our what's his face, the guy we got from Kentucky a couple years ago,
Jamin Davis.
Yeah, Jamin. I like to see what he can do. Coming into his 3rd year, he definitely jumped up. It was a lot better last year than it was the year before, so he might be okay.
Yeah, he did take a step forward last year, I would say. Mm-hmm. And, so if he's our only linebacker, and we got that other guy, I was reminded during the draft, some dude named Cody Barton.
Cody
Barton. I think he's about as good as Cole Holcomb, from what I can gather, but,
We'll see. We'll see. I'm wondering, as many times, we even had was it? Isn't Cam Curl? Wasn't he wearing the what do they call the person? It's usually linebacker, but in some cases, it's been a safety who's like the mic guy.
Green dot.
The green dot. He's got the microphone in his helmet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not the microphone, but the speakers. So,
but besides linebacker, dude, on paper, we appear pretty robust on the entire defense.
It wasn't. I don't know. Some people were really complaining about that. Some people were really complaining about tight ends. We could talk about that in a minute. But I thought we had a few holes, and we seem to have filled in a lot of those holes. Honestly, we got two cornerbacks, cornerback, safety, whatever, position flex. I think this episode needs to be called position flex.
Everyone that Ron Rivera ever gets has position flex, and there were a lot of people in the Discord room during the draft that were like, Aaron, would you rather have a dude that was really good at one position or a good that was okay at multiple positions? And it's like that whole jack of all trades thing. Of course, I would rather have one dude that's great at every position if he wasn't going to get injured.
Right, that's the big if right there.
But like especially on the offensive line, I'd like him to be able to play every offensive line position, because I have seen games over and over again through the 45 years of watching football where one O-line goes down and that's it. Like it's like a swinging gate.
Yeah.
And so I like it in that case, but I can see their point.
It makes sense. Well, I mean, like Russ Gribb and Joe Jacoby moved all over the place on the left side and the center. So, I mean, I get it. Sometimes you get Hall of Famers that can do that as well. So,
yeah.
And we got what they like to do. So we got two defensive backs. We got two offensive linemen,
which I liked.
Yeah, I thought that was a good idea because in the first round, there were like 4 tackles in a row that were taken or something like that. And it was I don't know, like picked 8 to 12 or 9 to 13 or something like that. And I was like, oh man, they're all the offensive linemen, like the top tackles, they're going to be gone. So we're probably going to go to cornerback. And that's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
So that little skinny dude.
Dude, the first time
he's so skinny. He's like John Adams skinny. He's like me.
He's literally your size, dude. He's your size, but you're shorter. But Kenny Ken, all these people talk about the mock draft, like we're gonna get this guy, and I was certain we were gonna take that Christian Gonzalez dude because I'd heard about him from random people talking about the draft and how we were gonna get a cornerback, and he was there, and I think they predicted him to go top 10, and then all of a sudden, just like always, Ron Rivera just chooses some dude, and we're like, who? This is like the third time. Jamin Davis, we're like, what? What are you doing?
Dotson.
Jahan Dotson, the same thing, like because that Chris Olave guy was there. Yeah, the Chris Olave guy was there that everyone said we would get before Jahan Dotson. I'd be interested to compare those dudes' two stats from last year.
And that London dude that went to Atlanta as well. Those are the 3 wide receivers people were talking about.
So now we get this dude, Forbes. What's his first name?
Emmanuel
Forbes Jr. The third.
13, by the way.
And they're like putting it up on ESPN. Dun, 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 Emmanuel Forbes. Dun, dun, dun. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, dude, what's wrong with his legs? What's wrong with his legs? They're teeny. They're like little sticks, like broomsticks that he's running around on. And I'm like, man, that guy's teeny. He's fast. He had that awesome pick they showed against Kentucky where he was just like, nope.
He had 6 pick sixes last year. 6.
Yeah, I mean,
pick sixes. And I mean, yeah, you're playing like Arkansas climb to left sometimes, but you're also playing like big teams. 6.
Yeah. So, I mean, I watched some footage on him, and he looks to be, like he has great awareness of plays. Like a lot of them,
man.
Yeah, but even on the plays where he wasn't getting the ball, I saw a lot of plays where he like read the screen right away and broke through it, stuff like that. So maybe, I don't know, maybe our scouts know more than we do. In fact, someone put a funny picture in the Discord room, and it was like this fat dude laying on the couch. Did you see this? Ain't no way. It was Firefly. He put it up there. It was this fat dude laying on the couch with a remote, and it says, "Ain't no way Forbes Frame is going to play in the NFL." I was like, that's me, dude. That was like me.
That's like a lot of people. That dude is so skinny. But apparently he's a super ball hawk. And I mean, some guys just have a knack for being around the ball. And they know which way, if something's going to happen, they're like, if he throws it here, if there's going to be a deflection, it's most likely going to go to the right side instead of the left side, so I'm going to go to the right side. All in like a 1/8 of a second choice.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know, some people have also talked about the difference between him and Gonzalez, and he's more of a zone guy, and Gonzalez is more of a man-to-man guy. And the last guy that we had that was a big man-to-man guy was the third, that other dude, William Jackson.
William Jackson the suck. William Jackson the suck.
So if they were looking at either Forbes or the dude that went to New England afterwards, Gonzalez, and they thought Forbes was better.
Go with your heart, dudes.
Go with your heart. And Fred Smoot, who also played defensive back at Mississippi State, is loving that pick, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh, I've seen him on like 10 shows. I saw him on with like Julie Donaldson and Santana Moss. He was on like the radio with JP Finley talking about how much he loves this dude. He was like, if they can't pick holes in your game, they're gonna pick holes in your frame. That's what he said about them, like people complaining the dude was too small.
That's so Fred Smoot.
But I mean, so on one hand, I have this feeling like, why are they choosing these dudes when everyone else in the world is saying you should choose these other guys? But on the other hand, I'm like, hey, if your scouts are telling you these are the dudes to pick, and you trust them, then why do you care what other people think? Like Mel Kiper Jr. the 10th. Why do you care what he says? I mean, just go with who you think is the best. Like, don't be swayed by like the what's it called? Crowdsourcing consensus, which is usually wrong, by the way.
Dude, I was on ESPN looking at the picks, and our first 3 picks got like graded like a school grade. And all 3 of them were like C's or C minuses.
Well, we got to look like 5 years from now.
Yeah, exactly. This guy also gave like Pat Mahomes like a D or something like that.
Did he really?
something like that. He was like, this guy's a project. It's good. I don't know if he'll ever be able to play quarterback in the NFL.
He's like the son of a baseball player. He played baseball. You don't know how dudes are gonna do. I will say I was kind of going through the draft list today and noticed that a lot of the dudes we picked either played in like the SEC or some big conference, and they also played a lot of games. And I think I read that Gonzalez played like 1 year. Is that right? Or he was only a 1-year starter? Whereas this Forbes dude has played a ton of games. So that could have gone into it, the whole position flex with he's going to be the Oh, no, sorry. That was the second round pick that's going to be the Buffalo Nickel. The Forbes dude is just a ball hawk. And we had we had so few turnovers last year.
We had so few turnovers. And, dude, another thing that people are like, why are we getting defensive backs the first 2 picks? Do you want to see Danny Johnson shuttling between the practice squad and the roster every week? Because that's what we keep having is guys like him that come in. Because we don't have any freaking defensive backs. So we really, really needed these 2 guys. Well, don't forget, Fuller's also leaving at the
Fuller might get cut.
His contract's up to the end of the year. He's got 1 year, so
I want to know what his cap hit is. If we cut him, would we save money on this?
I haven't heard that at all. We've been talking about Logan Thomas and Chase Roulier being the 2 big guys that could be cut. Maybe not. But I haven't heard that about Fuller at all.
Dude, I don't think they have.
And
I'm on the draft. Sorry, I'm on the depth chart on ESPN, and I don't think they have our rookies on here yet.
oh, no way.
Does Commanders?
Which is kind of surprising because you'd think that they'd be ahead of the game.
Commanders.com.
Commanders.com. So we got
here it
two
is.
guys.
Hogs Haven has it. Leave it up to those deeds.
Yeah, nice.
All right, I'm coming down to it. So, like you were saying, here's who we would have as our cornerbacks, and we're going to throw Buffalo Nickel in there because we're going to talk about 3 cornerbacks now instead of only 2.
Well, it would be like 4 actually, because you're gonna have your nickel guy, and then you're gonna have the Buffalo guy. That's gonna be more like the safety, who's gonna be Quan Martin.
All right, we're gonna talk about 4 cornerbacks who we would have in at all times. I'm looking at this. So here we go. If we did not have those dudes, we would have Kendall Fuller.
Okay.
Benjamin St. Juice slotted as our starters. Behind, that's only 2 of the starters, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna, and then the slot guy would be Danny Johnson. All right, and behind those dudes, we would have Christian Holmes, Rashad Wild Goose.
Wild Goose.
Yep.
What was Milo Elfer?
Cam Dantzler.
Who? What?
And guess who's behind Cam Dantzler?
Apke.
Yep.
No.
And then behind,
you guys gonna keep saying Troy Apke?
And then
you guys gonna keep saying that? We had to draft these defensive backs. We had to.
And then behind,
we need like 2 more.
Hold on.
Have Trapp coming back.
I'm not done with the depth. And then behind those dudes, we would have even further back. Behind St. Juice, we would have Tariq Castro Fields. Did I say Christian Holmes? Because we have him too.
Yeah.
So now, with these dudes, here's what we got. According to Hogs Haven, they have slotted to start Kendall Fuller, Emmanuel Forbes, and in the slot, Quan Martin / Buffalo Nickel. Behind Emmanuel Forbes, Benjamin St. Juice. So all of a sudden, we have some depth. Right. And these Tariq Castro Fields and DeMarcus Fields, are those brothers? No, because one of them has a hyphenated last name. They could be half brothers. Oh, they might be half brothers. The half brothers in the back of the backfield depth chart: Tariq Castro Fields and his half brother DeMarcus Fields. Those dudes are going to get cut.
Well, we don't know. Troy Apke is still here.
Oh, and Milo Effler, dude, by the way, is a backup linebacker. He's behind.
That's right. He was a linebacker.
He's behind. You want to know who he's behind? Shannon, Nova Scotia's favorite, David Mayo. They have Cody Barton and Jamin Davis slated to start at linebacker. They're only showing 2.
Yeah.
Derek Forrest and Cam Curl. And then our defensive line: Sweat, Allen, Payne, and Young. That's a pretty strong defense, dudes.
Yeah. So, and let's talk about Chase Young before we get into the offensive lineman that we drafted after this.
Oh, hold on. If I'm reading this correctly, yes. Yeah. This is why I was suggesting Fuller might be cut. He's got $11.63 million of the cap on him.
Yeah, but he's a cornerback.
Okay, but that's a lot of money. Just saying.
It is. I mean, man, you think about the positions that Kendall Fuller, $11 million roughly. We need a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of safeties.
I'm counting Thomas. The number of players that are higher than him. Keep talking.
Yeah, Logan Thomas. We know that with tight ends. Donnie Warren is the tight ends coach, and he said, Super Bowl champion with the Redskins. He said that he very much likes the room. He's not worried about getting anyone else here. And a lot of people have been talking about cutting Logan Thomas because he did, he had his ACL and then he came back last year and wasn't all that good.
I think he's going to be good.
I mean, I think he is going to be good this year. Unless he gets hurt, I think he is going to be good because he's all healed up, And Chase Young is the same way. Chase Young could have like 15 sacks, or he could have like 3 and see at the end of the year,
Yeah. And we need to talk about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. His 5th-year option deal. Right. But I'm counting 3 dudes that are higher than Kendall Fuller as far as salary cap hits.
Okay. Is it Chase Roulier? Another offensive lineman. We need offensive linemen.
Chase Roulier is one. Actually, I see 4 dudes. The other one's Curtis Samuel, Charles Leno Jr., and the only one that I see on defense, according to this chart, is Jonathan Allen, of course, and Montez Sweat. Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat are the only 2 dudes on defense higher than Kendall Fuller.
Man,
I don't know if they're going to cut him because we need him, but man,
I think that's it. That we're not going to cut him because we need him.
Yeah. We'll see.
So while we're talking about it, Chase Young, they declined his 5th-year option. They declined. A lot of people's 5th-year options got declined. About a dozen players coming up on their 5th year this year on various teams. So we talked about it before. You and I are okay with it because we don't know what we've got, but we don't want to pay the guy like $16 million or whatever it is next year that he may or may not deserve.
I think it's the wise choice to not extend him at this point.
And if you want to at the end, then you can. If he has a great season, just like jaw dropping season, then break the bank for him if you want to keep him. Yeah. And Montez Sweat, because they're both, I think, coming up.
Yeah, exactly. Because Chase Young was pretty good. Well, he was good his rookie year, but remember there was always that knock on him that he wasn't fitting in the scheme. And then the next year he came back and it was obvious that he wasn't fitting in the scheme and kind of sucked and got injured at that game we were at. And then he was out for what? An entire year?
He was out for an entire year, and then when he came back, it always takes like a handful of games, usually 4 games, roughly, maybe 5 or more, maybe half the season before someone can come back. But I think he's going to be a lot better.
I think he'll be good.
A lot better this fall.
He's going to have a chip on his shoulder. So
I hope so.
So far, this whole chip on the shoulder thing has worked with Deron Payne. Remember, like a similar thing happened now.
Always that Deron Payne seems like a bully, man. He has a chip on his shoulder since like the day he was born.
That dude, he had a monster year last year, and hopefully he continues it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Ron Rivera, that he's done well is that he's signing our guys that we have. And you've said this before because this was a big thing with you, like the last 20 years with all the different coaches we had. They weren't signing our guys. We'd let them go in free agency, like the good guys, not like a backup linebacker or something like that. So it's good that they're doing that. Sign Scary Terry and Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, people who deserved it.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll be
all these dudes in the chat room, CJack17, Chen in Nova Scotia 3-peat, they're talking about, or Chen is saying that Logan Thomas is getting long in the tooth. I honestly think that Norv Jr. just did not use him last year. I think that Eric Bieniemy and his tight end loving offense, we're going to see a lot more production out of Logan Thomas.
Dude, and we've got Frosted Haas, who again in college he was really good. He didn't really do anything last year, and he got that concussion. But I think that guy could be good. I'm really, really excited about that guy. So hopefully something will come out of there. And of course we got Bates.
John Bates.
The master himself.
Dude, his face is always so red. Looks like he's
so red. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't mind them not getting a tight end. I know a lot of people were upset about that, but I think we're going to be fine at tight end.
It was a very tight end heavy draft and cornerback heavy draft and offensive tackle heavy draft. But I mean, you can't. You gotta pick your poison.
Yeah.
And if Eric Bieniemy is cool with us not getting a tight end, even with the undrafted free agents, we didn't get a single tight end.
Well, we got 4 of them.
Or linebacker. Yeah, we've got a handful of them, so we got to see what we've got.
We've got, like you said, the Frosted Hoss and Logan Thomas and John Bates, but we also have that Armani Rogers guy.
Oh yeah, another former quarterback, just like Logan.
Yeah. Not to be confused with Alex Armah, who I thought was the same dude, who is our fullback.
Bada bing.
It still blows my mind that I thought for an entire season that was the same guy. I don't know.
No, dude, they're different. They're different. What?
Yeah, one's from, we already talked about this. One's from Germany and one's from England. And I've already forgotten which.
All right, anyway, let's move on to the third and fourth round because we're talking about offensive linemen here.
All right, this next dude is my new dog, Ricky Stromberg from Arkansas. This dude has played a ton of games. Like I pulled it up earlier. I don't remember what it was. He's played 5 years. For Arkansas Razorbacks, the Hogs.
the college Hogs.
All right, let me tell you a little bit about Ricky Stromberg. First of all, he played his high school team for the years that he were there. They were 32-6 over his 3 years as a starter. Okay. All right. So then this guy goes to Arkansas. And he's played center, and he played guard.
Right.
And that was him coming in as a freshman. All right? Wow. He played guard, and then he played center. And then he's played, where is it? He did not, this is it. According to Pro Football Focus, he did not allow a sack on 417 pass blocking sets. He only allowed, listen to this, dude. He only allowed 3 sacks and 9 quarterback hits during his entire 4-year career in the SEC, and they're not the powerhouse of the SEC.
Yeah. We're not talking Georgia or LSU or anything like that. Alabama. We're talking about Arkansas.
Dude, how many does it say how many games he played for the Razorbacks altogether? I don't see that. But at least 30 some games, and he only allowed 3 sacks. 3. This guy's going to be good. And if that's not enough to make you love him, you got to look up that John Deere ad that he did where
you posted that in our chat room.
Yeah, it's in the chat room.
Oh, and if you are new to Harry Hog Football, you want to check out the chat room, go to tinyurl.com/HarryHF. That's HARRYHF. Check it out.
Oh, and no one's called the Hog Line in a while, so we need you guys to call us and give us your draft vents or whatever, your draft comments. Because I got an email from Google that said they're going to shut off our Hog Line if we don't start using it more. So that number is 202-735-1788. So just call and leave us a message, and if it's funny, we'll put it on the podcast.
Yeah, or if it's just good. It's not like someone's going to answer in the middle of the night and be like, hello?
Some people drunk call it. But anyway, this dude... I
think I did a long time ago, as a matter of fact. Like when we first got it.
I'm excited about this guy. I mean, I don't know which player they could have got better than him, but he looks like a solid starter here at center. And Chase Royer, we don't know what's going on with him. He's always injured.
Dude, we got that Nick Gates guy that's going to start at center right now. I think he's going to be slated as a right guard.
Who
Maybe
is?
left guard. Stromberg.
They're going to put him in as guard when he's played center like 98% of his time?
Yeah, we already
At
signed
college?
a center. And don't forget, we also have Chase Roulier.
Dude, he's going to beat
So-
out this Nick Gates guy. I mean, look
Might.
at this. Right now on the offense depth chart, according to Hogshaven, they have Chase Roulier, followed by Nick Gates, followed by Stromberg, followed by Tyler Larson. Remember last year we were on our fifth string dude. Like, I don't even know who played center some of those games. Because Tyler Larson got injured, and I was like,
we had a Schweitzer brother there, like
yeah, I remember.
it was like the bad Martin guy.
Wes Martin. I mean, I remember one time. I seriously remember one time, dude. Oh, hold on, my stupid dog is barking. Hold on,
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Aaron. Who let the dogs out? Aaron.
Are they done? Are they done? Anyway, there was at one point last year where I remember being in Discord and being like, dude, if Tyler Larson isn't playing, we're done. And that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
I remember that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So we don't have any. Wait, is this true? We do not have any Schweitzer brothers at all on the team anymore?
No, Schweitzer actually went and signed with another team.
All of them did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we didn't. I don't think we're going to bring back Wes Martin. He was so bad.
But we had both Schweitzers for a time last season.
We did.
All right. So if you're saying they're going to swing Stromberg over to guard,
he may end up at guard.
is he going to take over for Norwell?
I don't know if Andrew Norwell is going to be back at all. I heard the guy was kind of a jerk to work with too.
And he's got almost $3 million on the cap. So if they swing Stromberg over to guard,
Oh, dude, they need to cut him. He was so bad.
yeah, he was.
Man.
If they swing Stromberg or the Nick Gates guy, can he play? Can he play guard? If they swing one of those dudes over, then it looks like we're gonna have Charles Leno, Ricky Stromberg, or Nick Gates, because you're saying Norwell is gonna get cut. Sam Cosme. Yeah.
Sam Cosme has been. They're saying that he is going to play right guard.
Yeah.
And that Wiley is going to play right tackle.
Yeah. So I mean, with Stromberg and who was the other guy we picked up in the draft? Braden Daniels is his name, right? He's a tackle. With those two guys picking up, and plus Wiley and Nick Gates, we have increased the offensive line, which was my big concern. We got 4 camp bodies, at least, to test out. Big bodies, too. Hosses. And who is this dude? We've got Kiefer Sutherland on the team. He's listed as a right guard.
I think I remember him from the end of last year.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, I remember that guy being us going like, hey, Jen in Nova Scotia is in the chat room. He said, guess who just called the hog line?
I should get an email about it. Nolan Laffenberg. Thanks, dude. That means they won't cut it off for another month. Nolan Laffenberg.
Laufenberger.
All right, enough about these dudes. Let's go back to the draft picks. So, yeah, Ricky Stromberg I'm pumped about. Super pumped.
Yeah.
And then we went right back to the well to get another fatty, right?
We did. We got he's listed as an offensive lineman, so
I don't know anything about this guy because this is when I was in the middle of like cleaning out the chicken coop. I didn't get to look him up yet. Braden Daniels. He's a Ute, just like Chris Cooley.
He's a Utah Ute. Yep. Chris Cooley's alma mater.
6'4", 294. That's kind of small for an offensive lineman. Like, he's kind of skinny at 6'4" and 294.
Yeah.
He needs to get some weight on him.
You know who needs to get some weight on him.
Toothpick man. Again, this dude, it's like they get all these guys that play tons of games rather than these one season wonder dudes. This guy's been playing since 2019.
Yeah, now that was part of what they were going with, and then that's good because otherwise we didn't end up with the whole draft class of Dwayne Haskins. Rest in peace.
Listen to this guy. Daniels allowed just 5 sacks and 1,400 pass blocking snaps.
Wow,
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. We'll see how he does.
Yeah, we will. Like it or not, we're going to see how he does.
Like it or not, we're going to see exactly what he's going to do.
Do you have anything to add about this dude? Nothing? You're done with him?
Nope.
All right, nothing to add? Okay, we're moving on. Wait, does anyone in the chat room have anything to add about either of these two dudes? Ricky Stromberg or Braden Daniels? Anyone? Going once, going twice? Three-Pete saying we need a guard more than a center, and it would be nice to have him as a backup center with the Ron flex. He's talking about Stromberg. We got Chin and Nose and CJack17 in the live podcast listening in.
Oh, nice.
All right, where were we going? After Braden. Go ahead. Take it away, dude.
Pick number 5, 5th round pick. We went back to the SEC once again and picked a defensive end, KJ Henry, who's going to wear number 55. And
the new Mr. Nichols.
Yeah. He was 5 in college, so he was going for 55 in the pros, I guess. I heard an interview with him. He's a very well-spoken young man. So
wait, this dude's the exact same size as the other guy. Except he plays defense.
Oh, yeah, true, yeah.
Henry, it says 6'4", 294, and Braden Daniels 6'4", 294, unless the Redskins media team messed up again and did a copy paste.
Yeah,
which I wouldn't be surprised.
The last Lyndon Fletcher number 58 people there kicked out once they finally do the sale next month or this month. They said this month is going to go through
hopefully.
This month.
Did you hear that where Goodell slipped up? Roger Goodell. He said something like, what did he say? Yeah, he was saying hopefully they'll be able to announce something by middle of May or end of May, which is cool.
Okay.
And then Ron Rivera, he slipped up when he was like, did you hear him? He was like the current ownership.
Dude, what's his face? What is that guy? Jason Wright, that guy.
Oh, that dude's so done.
He said in the press that the team sold an entire season's worth of suites in 1 week after Dan Snyder's sale report was, made the sale.
I'm sure.
Or that it was going to come out.
People want their team back.
Now, is he talking sold a season's worth of seats for the Redskins / Commanders, or is he talking about a season's worth of seats like an entire stadium of the suites? Or is he just talking about like the third?
He's talking about the booths, the luxury. I know,
booths. but with the Redskins, do you think you never saw people hanging out in front of these booths, No,
that's because the people that bought the booths were like big companies, like PNC Bank or Kroger's or whatever.
Kroger.
And a lot of those companies, I bet. I'm speculating here, but I bet a lot of those companies no longer wanted to associate themselves with Dan Snyder, so they stopped buying the suites. And it's not like people like you and I can afford to go buy a suite for this season.
Right.
So I bet a lot of them just didn't buy those suites. I bet a lot of them were just empty.
I bet a lot of them were empty.
So there might be companies trying to get on, all right, Dan Snyder's going. It's going to be a new start. Let's go ahead and get us a suite for next year.
Let me jump in here.
But that dude's so going to be cut as soon as the owners take over.
Jason Wright.
Yeah.
I think just about everybody.
Dude,
I think jobs are on the line as soon as they take over. We'll see what they do. Oh, by the way,
heads will roll.
New Jersey Devils in the playoffs. Philadelphia 76ers in the playoffs in hockey. Philadelphia 76ers in the playoffs in basketball. Those are the two teams owned by the guy who's going to buy the team. Allegedly,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Josh Harris. Unless, what's his face from Duke buys it for $7 billion. Hey, I'll give you $7 billion.
I've got $1 billion in the bank right now, and I'll have $7 million more.
$7
next
billion.
week.
It's like
billion. It's
dude,
like, dude.
Dude, that would be like if I came over to your house and was like, "Hey, dude, I'll give you $50 for your TV," and some other dude comes in and goes, "Oh yeah, don't take that deal, dude. I'll give you $5,000 for your TV." Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you offer $1 billion more? $1 billion.
That guy. Basically, he's a fraud. He's a sham. And yeah, there you go. That's the long and the short of it. That's why he wasn't even in the press for the most part. And I remember when he was on the Junkies the first time a couple of months ago, and he was in there, and they were talking about him, and I was like, "Who? Some guy played for Duke? He's got billions and billions of dollars in the bank? What?"
Yeah, there's no way.
It's all lies. It's all a bunch of crap.
Let's get to this KJ Henry dude, who played for
Clemson. We already talked about that.
Where the N stands for knowledge.
Your knowledge.
But he played again. Another dude played for 5 years, 58 games.
Yeah.
Another guy that's played a lot of football. But here's the thing I liked about. I think it was KJ Henry. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was watching like when he got the call, and his dad like leaves the room and goes up and puts on a Redskins jersey. I think it was like Jeremiah Trotter or somewhere, and a Redskins hat.
What?
Yeah, and he comes downstairs and like they started cracking up because he was like, "Yep." Like, so I don't know if his dad is a huge Redskins fan, but why would you have a Jeremiah Trotter jersey? And it was like the 70th anniversary one or whatever. Like you.
Oh yeah. And Armistead.
Yeah, you got to try to find that footage because I was like, and he had this look on his face like, "I'm ready." And then it was like one of his relatives was a Cowboys fan because he had a Cowboys shirt on, and he's just like, and like gave his son a hug with like his Redskins stuff on. You got to find the footage. I'm sure I'm not the only one that saw this. Someone in the chat room had to.
I have not seen that. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, look for that.
But yeah, another guy from an SEC school, and then
and then another
Chase Young. We got Chase Young. We got Montez Sweat. I don't think if both of them just ball out this year, I don't think we'll be able to sign both of them. One of them is going to have to leave to free agency, no matter what.
Yeah, so this guy might be the one that's taken over, for one of those dudes.
I mean, we've got other dudes in there. We have Casey Toohill. We have Obata. We got some guys. We got that, not that Wise dude. It was someone else that had a short name like that.
Bada Bing.
different guy.
William Bradley King, James Smith, William Smith.
Yeah. It's either Bradley King or William Smith guy.
Yeah. And don't forget about Royd Ridgway.
Number 91.
We also have some dude called Phil Mathis, and I have no idea who he is.
Phil Mathis?
But he counts 1.7 million against the cap, and I've never even heard of him.
Oh, dude, yeah, we do. That's the second round pick from last year that tore his ACL like in the first game.
No, that's not Phil Mathis. That guy's name was Philadelphian. Yeah, where is he? He's not even on this list.
That's exactly what?
He's not
talked about him.
No, he's not on the updated depth chart. No, I talked about Phil Mathis, dude.
Phil Mathis?
Not Philad. Oh, maybe that is him, Philadelphian. I don't know.
Seriously.
Dude, I didn't put Phil together with Fidarian. That guy's name is Fidarian Matheson.
It's not like Richard and Dick. It was Phil or Philadelphian. Whatever the hell his name is. Philadelphian.
That's him, dude. His name is Fidarian. But when in my defense,
Yeah.
Can I say something in my defense? On on Hogs Haven depth chart, it has his name as Phil, Phil.
Maybe they don't know how to spell his name either.
And his name does not have an L in it.
58.
His name does not have an L in it. It's Fedarian, and they have Phil Mathis, so that you can see my confusion.
I guess, Richard Dick.
Even though we called him Philadelphian Mathis.
The Philadelphian cheese.
All right, he's there. Okay, so yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
he's there. We'll see how he comes back this year from that torn up knee as well. It's
Phil.
really hard for guys. It's really hard for guys who weigh more than 300 pounds to come back from leg injuries. It's not impossible at all, but it's not like a wide receiver in an ACL. This guy is like 320 pounds.
He's 312.
312. Sure.
He's going to be great this year. Mark my words. He's my defensive dog. Philadelphian Mathis.
Philadelphia Mathis
is my defensive dog, and Ricky Stromberg is my fat fatty hog dog.
Your Stromberger.
My hog dog.
Your hog dog. All right, let's move on to the next pick after
hog dog.
KJ Henry. We'll see what he does.
Let me guess. This guy's from the SEC.
He's from the SEC. He's from your Kentucky home. Well, 2 hours away in Lexington. But we got a running back.
Kentucky home.
Dude, this pick has Eric Bieniemy has him all over it. Getting another running back.
But what about this guy? What's so great about him?
I don't know. Eric Bieniemy liked him. So, I mean, this was his pick 100%. And he likes to run the ball, so who knows? Who knows?
Says he's a powerful runner.
Yeah, says he's a powerful runner. He's pretty big.
He's a physical blitz protector, so that's good.
Ooh, like Clinton Portis.
Teams might envision a role for him as a second half battering ram and a third down quarterback protector. Okay, we can use one of those dudes.
Yeah, that's that. Like Brian Robinson is kind of like that. He's not a great blocker anyway. He's not as just like when Clinton Portis played for us. People would run into him like linebackers, big, strong linebackers, run into him, and it was like they were running into a stone wall. Clinton Portis was the best running back I've ever seen with us ever at blocking at picking up blocks for the quarterback.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, this Chris Rodriguez Jr. guy.
Yeah.
We'll see what he can do.
We'll see. We'll see what he can do. So, we've got a plethora of running backs now. Brian Robinson, him, AG, and then we still have Jonathan Williams. Jarrett Patterson, unfortunately, I don't know if he's going to make the cut this year.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we'll have to see.
Yeah, and I've been on this whole kick for how many games these dudes have played in college. Yeah. What does it say this guy's played? He ascended to an influential role for Kentucky in 2019.
Wow.
He played in 13 games that year and scored 11 times in 9 contests. In 2020, it doesn't say what he did for 2020. Oh, maybe it was a season not happening because of COVID. 2021, he was a starting running back. He rushed for 1,379 yards and 9 touchdowns. That's pretty good. Okay. And then last year he had 7 starts in 8 games. Oh, because this was the guy that got... He was suspended. We didn't mention that.
Yeah, that's right.
He was suspended for... I'm trying to remember.
Wasn't it 4 games?
He was suspended for 4 games, and I don't remember why. But I read it somewhere. They don't say it on Redskins.com. They're trying to hide that. They're trying to, whitewash
I thought I saw someone said he had a DUI or something like that.
Oh, yeah, driving under the influence, I think it was.
Under the influence,
I think you're
right.
I think you're right.
Alcohol and or drugs.
Anyway, we need to hurry this thing up because I got to pick the kids up at 8:30. So, So we're gonna have to go through the UDFA's probably next week. Round 7. Yep. All right, go ahead. You were gonna say something.
Another defensive end, Andre Jones Jr. He's going to be wearing number 48. He is
not from the SEC.
No, he's from he played at Louisiana. I think Louisiana Monroe.
Louisiana Lafayette.
No, Monroe.
I'm reading it right here.
Oh.
On Redskins.com, they could be wrong.
Okay.
He's a raging Cajun.
This picture of him is not him. This is a picture between New Mexico State and Louisiana Monroe, and it's not him. He's a team.
What website
this
are you
is on Redskins. Commanders.com. And Josh Harris cannot buy this team quick enough and get rid of all these. Remember, like 30 years ago, you and I were like, I work for the Redskins free. I don't care.
This is not him.
This is not him. This isn't even him. This isn't even the school he goes to. So I was just like, he says right here, Louisiana Monroe. No, dude.
I don't know anything about this dude except it says he played for Lafayette.
Yeah. Let's see if any of the other pictures are him. Is that okay? There's a picture of him. He's a raging Cajun. All right.
Glad we settled that.
No, dude, he plays for Louisiana Monroe. It says so right here.
He's not a raging Cajun anymore, dude.
He's not. He's a commander. Ha ha!
The sound is so messed up. Okay. Anyway, I don't know anything about this dude. He's 6'4", tall and skinny. 6'4", 250. And
directional school in Louisiana.
And he's a defensive end. So
he's a defensive end. He is skinny. This picture I have of him against Iowa State, he looks awfully skinny because there's an offensive lineman on the other side of him, and he looks very large.
Maybe he'll make the team.
He looks like a linebacker, honestly. He looks like a linebacker.
Okay.
Maybe
he'll make the team.
If you're watching Alabama and you see the players there, and some of them are already like pro football ready sizes, right? And then you watch, I don't know, Louisiana Monroe or John Carroll, where London Fletcher went to college, Division II school, and those guys are tiny. If you watch Army Navy, the guys are tiny. The linemen are all like not fat.
What's wrong with them?
So that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe it would be a special teamer. I don't know what they're. I don't know why they picked this guy. I have no idea.
I don't know. At the very least,
picked a tight end.
He's a camp body.
he may end up being a camp body.
He could make the team, though. I heard Al Galdi today to say that 66% of the league players are from rounds 4 through 7. So
makes sense, yeah.
Anyway, I think that's about rounds it up. We're gonna have to talk about the other stuff next week, unfortunately, because I gotta go.
Oh,
so
hold on.
What? Did you cut one?
At the other end no, dude. I'm at the other end of the house, in the kitchen, and I just started smelling bacon.
Bacon?
Because we're having breakfast for dinner. Let's go. Get that music on.
All right, dudes. Bacon. I'd like to thank everybody for, joining us this evening in the chat room. That would be Chin and Nova Scotia, 3-Pete, Chris Comerton.
Yeah.
Who else is in there? C-Jack 17.
Right. Yep.
Is that about it? Sorry if I missed anyone. Join our Discord room, everyone. tinyurl.com/HarryHF.
HARRY.
Give us a ring-a-ding-ding on the hog line, 202-735-1788, and leave a message.
You can tweet us at Harry Hog. I don't check the tweets all that much anymore.
I get them.
Yeah.
You can also email us, hhfpodcast@gmail.com.
That's right.
And as always, watch on YouTube. And if you do that, make sure you subscribe there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You can listen on Spotify or any of your other places. So there's no excuse to miss a podcast.
That's right.
Anyway, we'll talk to you guys next week. Hail to the Redskins. And if you see a Cowboys fan,
you know what to do. Joker!
Dude, your limiter totally just cut you off. Later, dudes.